Welcome back to part 2 of the Mike Candys Flexin remake. In today's video we're covering the drops on this song, but before we start that we're going to go and take a listen back to what we did in the last part, which was the verses and the builds. So let's go and take a quick listen to that. Alright, so the easy-ish part is out the way now. We've just got to cover the drop, which is going to be interesting, but let's start with the lead sound for this. So on the MIDI side of things, it's quite simple because we're just going to shift this down an octave from the previous part. But anyway, this is how the first preset sounds. And you can grab this preset called My Heart in Car Music Volume 4. It's a really good lead sound, but can also be used as like a low bass element. We're then going to add the K layer again, which we've seen twice already in this song. But this is adding a bit more of like familiarity, I suppose, to the sound, taking what we had in the verses and kind of developing that in the chorus. We've then got another instance of the My Heart preset. This time I think I've just kind of tweaked the wave shape in here and also the wave table position. So you get a bit of a different sound. And this is quite a tricky sound I feel to replicate because it's got like a bit of brassiness to it, but also like a bit of future rave kind of texture to it. So what I've decided to do is grab this sound here called The Future, which is from Mainstage Volume 1. And it's just that classic kind of future rave sound. So altogether we've got this. Now I'm aware this isn't going to be like as close as like a normal remake because it's quite like a unique sound, and the sidechain as well itself is quite different to normal. So we've got like a sub-bass type preset here, which again was just the closest I could find, and I've kind of had to move the waveform a bit to the right, so I believe it sits a bit differently and it kind of like ducks it at different times. And then the mix amount here we've got 87%, which is just such a random amount, but I didn't want that full ducked sound because you can kind of hear just the start of the transients. We've then got some BX Digital to kind of widen the whole sound, and we're mainly doing presence shifting as well to get rid of some frequencies but also boost others. Following that I've got some really light reverb which adds a bit of ambience kind of behind the sound, and then some tonal EQ to make some cuts and also little minimal boosts here and there. So now we need to move on to some drums, and I'm going to start this with a Car Music Volume 3 kick. So I felt like in this song, the kick's got a bit of like a reverb on it, but not so much like a reverb, like a bit of an ambient kind of leak in it. So what I've done is I've grabbed this cinematic drum loop here from Mainstage Volume 1, and I've just trimmed all of it. So you've got this kind of kicky sound going throughout. So as we head into the second section of this drop here, we've got a hi-hat which is introduced, and I've grabbed this one from Fish in the Lake Volume 2. So with this sound, I've kind of shaped it a little bit, fading it out so it doesn't have such a long decay and release. And then as we head into the second part of this drop, we've got a clap introduced. Let's take a quick look at the drum processing. So we've just got a really simple CLA compression, doing between 3 and 5 dBs of reduction. So these are the drums. So as we head into the second half of the drop, we've got a one-shot bass stab which is introduced. So I've actually made this sound myself from the FM preset in Car Music Volume 4, but I've tweaked it so much from the original in terms of the envelope shaping, so everything's kind of got like a slow attack. And I think I've changed all of the wavetable positions and the waves as well. So this is how it sounds. And now it's just a question of adding finishing touches. So we've got this snare fill which comes in over here. Again, we're taking this little snare loop which I used in the previous part. And then we've got some various effects, downlifters, one-shots, just really tying in all of these parts. And then we've also got these noise exhaust kind of stabs. So what I've done here is I've got a riser from Fish in the Lake Volume 2. So where this normally is a riser, what I've done is I've reversed it and shaped it a little bit and turned it kind of into a downlifter. And this sound fit perfectly in recreating the original. So now we've covered all of the elements individually in this song. We're going to go and listen back to the start and take a listen to everything all at once. So if you've enjoyed these two videos, make sure you smash the like button, hit subscribe as well so you don't miss any more in the next year. But like I said at the start, this was quite a challenge making this one, so I'm accepting the fact that it's not like for like. But let us know what you think down below and what we could have done differently as well. But without any further ado, let's go and take a listen all together to the whole thing.